Hi guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. So today we're going to be going through another video in this series of all the learnings and trials and tribulations of me learning to develop this YouTube channel. And in particular today, what we're going to focus on is generating QR codes within the Canva environment with a logo in the middle, just like what's up on the screen now. You can put whatever logo, whatever design you want in the middle of it. And this is a totally free version of how you would do this within the Canva environment, and you're not being redirected to another subscription service, you're not having to pay for anything, you're not having to go outside of Canva and signing up, or even signing up within apps within Canva where you have to pay for a service or have your link redirected elsewhere and they try and suck you into subscribing or paying for something else. Putting it purely and bluntly, you will put in the link where you want it to go, you will put in the image or logo of what you want to put in the center, and it will create it for you seamlessly. You can then save it and then add it and distribute it wherever you want. Pop it on cups, on t-shirts, on stickers, in your digital content, on paperwork. It is, again, like I said, it's taken me a good half a day to come up with this solution. All right guys, let's get stuck into it. Alright guys, so you're going to open up your Canva app, and then when it opens up, yours might look slightly different to mine because of all the recent designs of what I've been working on sort of in the middle of the screen. But what we're going to do is we're basically going to click on the top left hand corner of the screen where it says create a design. Bang. Alright, now with this next step, what we're going to be doing basically is we're going to be creating a logo for the center of this QR code. And in particular, what I'm going to be doing in this instance is creating a link to my YouTube channel. So remember, if you've already got an asset created or to put into the middle of the QR code, you can skip this step. But this is for those that want to be able to create something within the Canva environment to be able to insert. And again, YouTube play button's a nice simple one. There's a whole heap of graphics and assets and whatnot within Canva, which makes it super easy. But if you've already got your logo, then you can skip this step and then move forward. All right, so first of all, you need to start off with an Instagram square. And then what we're going to do is we're then going to, on the left hand side, we're going to click on elements. Okay. Now you can see here there's the recently used, you can see all the different logos I've got there, there's shapes, graphics and so forth. So in particular we're looking at graphics. So I'm going to click on the graphics section. And then what I'm going to do, just so you can see, I'm going to type in YouTube play button. All right, so there you go. It's going to bring up a whole heap of options there for you. Now, in particular, I'm signed up with the Pro version, so I'm able to utilize a lot of the Pro features. But in your instance, if you want to just pick a logo that is not part of the Pro, you go pick whatever you like. All right, so basically scroll up and down and find the one that suits you. So let's do something a little different. Let's have a look and see what we can find. There you go. All right, so I'm going to pick this one here. All right, so now with this one, what you need to do is you make sure you try and fill up this square as much as possible. All right, don't distort the image when you're stretching this. Just click on the right hand corners, those little dots, and then stretch it out. And then what you should also do is give your design a name. So on the top of the screen, we're going to call this YouTube play button. I'm going to put for QR code. And this will make it easier later on to basically find this. And then you can also add it to your marketing assets and press return. And then what we're going to do is in the top right hand corner, we're going to click on share. And then the bottom left, we're going to click on save as. Now you can change the formats. You can save it as JPEG, PNG. There's a whole heap of different formats. So I'm just going to stick with the PNG file. And then I'm going to click download. And you can see in the bottom right hand corner, save image, and it's downloaded. So now quickly, if you swipe up, I'm using an iPad Pro, and then you click on images, you can see there's a variety of different videos I've been doing, but there's the play button right there on your screen. Saved. already there waiting for you. And then what I tend to do is I tend to take it out of my photos folder and move it into a files folder where I have basically all my work or all my assets saved in relation to creating content. All right, let's go back to Canva. All right, so that's the first step in the process, okay? Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the top left-hand corner, the three dashes, the menu, and then we're going to create another new design. All right, so, and again, you'll see it already says Instagram post. You're going to create another Instagram post square. All right, so now we're back to a new blank design, and let's start off the bat by giving this a name. We're going to call this QR code YouTube link. Call it whatever you like. Press return. Now, what we're going to do now is on the left hand side, I've already got the app there installed. If you can see in the bottom left hand corner it says Gen QR. So that's the app we're going to be using within Canva. It is a free app. So for you to be able to get it, on the left hand side you can click on apps and then search Canva apps. That you're then going to type in Gen QR, return, and there it is in the top left hand screen, top left hand part of your screen, Gen QR. You'll click on that and then that's now going to open up the app. All right, now there's a lot of flexibility with this app in particular. Don't be too worried. What I like to do with QR codes, I like to try and keep them nice and simple and basic, like the majority of the QR codes out there. I don't want to freak anyone out when they're seeing QR codes and think, oh, okay, what is this QR code that looks a little bit weird? But you can do whatever you like, all right? So I'll show you what I do with mine, and then we'll go from there. When we're scrolling down these things, so on the left-hand side, this scrolls up and down, as you can see. So there's a whole heap of variety of different templates. Now, what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to grab the URL or the website or wherever you're sending this person. So in my instance, I'm going to go to my YouTube channel, and then in the top right hand corner, I'm going to click on the three dots and I'm going to click the share button. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to then go back to Canva, and in the QR content, I'm going to then paste that in there. And that's the link to my YouTube channel. So like I said, you can put whatever you like in there. Now the next step is you'll have a whole heap of templates. So what you can do, you can click on all of those different templates and different colors and designs. If there's one that ticks the boxes for you in particular as the basic form factor, just simply click on it. And that's a good starting point. All right, so you can see the image in the top left-hand corner. That will alter and change as you change the settings down below. Now, if you want, you can just leave it exactly as is, and I'll show you, and not do a thing. And then on the bottom where it says add to design, if you click add to design, there you go. It's simply created just a basic QR code based on those specifications. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up and put it in the top left-hand corner. All right. Now, for instance, if I was to then go to that next one, the blue one, add design, it's now completed exactly the same thing. I'll put it up into that top hand corner. And if you were to scan any of those QR codes, it would take you to exactly the same address, okay? All right, so now let's start playing with the design to customize it to basically to what you want it to look like. Now, for instance, when I click on this left-hand one, you can see the actual margins around the unit are quite thick. I don't really like that. Some people like to put messages or writing around it. So for my instance, I don't normally do that. But what I'm going to do is this little bar, you can see, and again, I'll scroll down a bit. You can see the image in the top left-hand corner. As you play with it, that will play with the margins. Now, I like setting mine at, say, 75. You can also manually key it for consistency. So we'll do that. Now, I like using this because that's the format I like to use. So I'll set it back to that in the templates. I'll readjust then the margins back to the 75 as we first discussed. Now with the background, you can open that up and then you can play them with these three settings. Now with the background fill, I just normally leave it as the solid black, the solid box, and then colors, I always leave it as white. So you can play with that, but white tends to be the best background color for, especially if you're going to have a contrasting color with the actual QR code itself, for it to be able to scan without there not being any issues. Then you can close background. Let's go to pattern. All right, now with the patterns, I like that really solid, sharp square boxes. So I'm going to go to the right hand side, and as I make every change, you can see the QR code is changing with it. And then same with the fill. Same with the fill, solid square box. Colors, now I don't want mine to be red. I just want mine to be, let's have a look around. So the logo, the artwork that I'm going to be putting in has got this basically this shade of that sort of grey browny colour. Now what you can do also here for consistency, that number is the number of that colour that I've just basically selected or created. So what you can do is you can click on that colour and you can actually copy it. So you can make sure everything within your QR code stays exactly the same colour, or you can chop and change and have all sorts of different colours. I'm not 100% sure though how that's going to play with scannability. I like trying to keep everything consistent, but I'm pretty sure it does work, or else the functionality wouldn't be there. There may be a bit of trial and error with it though. Then we're going to click away. So where it says background, I'm going to click on background, okay? And we're now going to basically close colours. Then we're going to go to pattern. Okay, that's pattern done. Then we're going to go to corners in the next section. And again, same deal, I want the solid square box. So as you can see in the top, we've still got the corners which are red. Now you can see here, basically, the colour is set to red. Now what I'm going to do is, where it says the number of the colour, I'm actually going to paste in the original colour that I copied from before. So as you can see now, and again, I'll click away. And now if I scroll up to the top, the QR code itself, the boxes around the corners have all changed. And then I've got one last thing to change now. So let's now collapse corners. And then let's go to now internal shape under colors. So, okay. So under corners, it's broken up to external shape, internal shape, and internal shape fill. So color there, and again, click on the number, paste the other color, done. All right, now what we're going to do, now based on that, we can then click on add to design. And then this is exactly the design I was after, okay? Everything's all uniform, everything is all the same color, the boxes are all squared, and that's the style of QR code that I use for my channel. But again, you can create it to whatever you like. You might want this funky design and somewhat. All right, now we'll get to the final bit, which is then adding a logo. All right, so now, if we look to the top, the QR code in the top left-hand corner is exactly what I just inputted into the screen. Now what we're going to do is, where it says logo, we're going to choose file. Now again, you can go to your files, you can actually take a photo, you can actually then go to your photo library. So in our instance, we're going to go to our photo library, we're going to pick the last play button that I just I downloaded previously, that I just created. If you have existing assets, go to your files, go to your photos, whatever. And remember, I'm working off an iPad. iPad, iPhone, it'll be all sort of similar. Click done. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to then add to design. And there you go. It's kind of that simple. I've tried to explain things as detailed as possible to encompass every possible scenario you could come across. But I could probably summarize this video, if I rush through it quickly, within probably a minute. So, but that's exactly what I was after. and it's come together perfectly. And yeah, I'm super happy with that. And then now, whilst you're there, you can continue to play around with it. So basically, let's now pick one of the other original templates. Let's say pick that blue one, and then let's add to design. Okay. But each time you do this now, you're going to just have to go through the process, but you'll find it'll be super quick. All right. So if we start the clock, okay, let's go. Let's see how long it takes us. All right. So I want this one. I want the margin of 75. Press return. Okay. Background white. That's fine. Let's close that. Pattern. I want the solid square, and I want it, say, this shade of green. I'm going to copy that. Copy. Okay. Done. Then we're going to go to pattern, solid square. We're going to change that to the new color. Paste. Close pattern. Then I'm going to go to corners, solid square, that's all green. Internal shape, square, square. Colors, copy and paste again. Paste. Done. All done. And then logo design. Let's choose again. Photo library. Grab that one. Done. Have a quick check at the top. Looks perfect. Add to design. Okay. So that took basically a minute. All right. So yeah, absolutely love it. And what I'll do is let's get rid of some of this. Delete. Trash can. Trash can. We'll pop that up in the top right hand corner. And let's go do another one. So the same format, and let's delete the logo, press the trash can, let's choose a file, go to photo library, and then let's pick, say, this logo I created just earlier. Click done, and then let's go add to design. So as you can see there, look at that logo in the design. Let's now delete that one. Let's now choose another file, go to photo library, this, click done, and then add to design. Okay, so that might be QR codes to you, a product that you're selling. Okay, and let's get rid of that, delete, and we'll pop that in the bottom left hand corner. All right, so there's 4 designs there. Okay, very simple, from actual pictures to actual graphic designs to YouTube logos, various different colors and styles. And all of those in particular though, because we didn't change the web address, if you scan them, will all take you exactly to that same link. So this is something you need to be mindful of. Every time you create something new, make sure you change the link. All right. Now what we're going to do in this instance now is, that's how you create them, but to finish this off really, what we're going to do is we're going to delete and just keep one of these. Okay. So this is the one we want to work with, and what we're going to do is we're then going to just stretch it to fill up that entire box. All right, and you've already labeled it QR code link, and now that's going to be automatically saved to your files. But what we're going to do is we want to put it into our folders. I'm going to save it to my photos, and then I'm going to dump it into my files folder where all my assets are for YouTube. So I'm going to click share in the top right hand corner, save as. All the settings from before will be the same, and click download, and you'll see it's downloading in the bottom right hand corner. And like I said, if the file format's too big, change it to JPEG. Completed. And again, go to my photos, get back out, and that's the last one, and there it is. Okay. So yeah, pretty perfect. All right, guys. So that's it. It's relatively simple. Like I said, you can change the image to whatever you want. The QR codes work flawlessly, which is fantastic. Be mindful of the colours though. I mean, if you can just stay to the black and white, that's fantastic. I'm pretty sure you can play around with whatever you want. And again, test it. So if you're trying a few different colours, like for instance, if you try the red background with the red logo in the middle, might not be too flash, but just test it. If it scans perfectly each time, then no probs. But then you got to worry about printing or design or whatever you're going to do with it. And now you've got that digital asset that you can integrate into your YouTube videos as well. So if you want links to various different things. And yeah. All right, guys. I hope you found that helpful. I've recorded this for posterity for me, so when I forget how to do it, I can always go back. That's one of the things I do. I always go out learning all these bits and pieces, and I find a little bit from here and a bit from here and a bit from here. And then it's great at the time, but then I forget. If I don't use it, 2 or 3 months down the track, and how did I do that again? So I thought I'd put these videos together for that particular reason, and because it'll help me out as well. All right, guys. Again, please like, subscribe, share. Again, go check out the rest of the channel. There's a whole heap of stuff there. Hopefully you might find it informative and useful. And as I always say, create, share, and inspire. All right, guys. Cheers. Bye.